Well, here we are at the Shed Aquarium. There's Mom. There's Joanna. Lot. There's Kate. They're looking at sea otters. I don't know if we can see any in here. We got one over here. There's one. What do you guys like about this place?
Wow.
The dolphins? Katie, what do you like? Happy otter? Happy otter?
Yeah, that's so cute. Can you videotape that?
Is that Happy otter up there? Cool. We're back at the whales again.
It's very possible that a little pod of dolphins might swim up near the water that you were on. So let's suppose they did. What kind of things do you think you might see them doing out there? Well, I'll tell you what. You might be surprised at some of the things you'd see. You might see the dolphins doing some things that you didn't expect wild dolphins to do. For example, a lot of people are impressed or amazed by all the different ways in which dolphins swim out there. They don't always just swim right side up. Sometimes they'll swim upside down. They might do this for folks. You might see a dolphin lift itself up on its tail and move backwards across the surface of the water. And it's not unheard of to see a dolphin decide to just suddenly leap into the air for no particular reason that you can figure out. They jump quite a bit out there in the wild. And as a matter of fact, sometimes when they jump up, it seems almost as if they change their minds about it. Now, all these things that you've just seen, dolphins jump into the air, when they make those loud sounds on the surface, or when they make those squeaks and clicks and whistles, people often wonder when they see that out in the wild, they wonder why the dolphins do these things. Scientists have studied this. And the scientists that have studied these things in the wild have come up with some very plausible explanations why these behaviors you're seeing can help the dolphins to survive out in the wild. Why do you suppose it would be helpful to be able to splash on the water like that or jump into the air? Well, I'll start with a hole on the top of its head. They use those to breathe and also to make these sounds because even though they're mammals, dolphins and whales don't have any vocal cords. But a more common form of communication in the animal kingdom is called body language. That was a form of body language right there called lobtailing. When they slap their tails on the surface of the water, they make a sound that can be heard very well underwater. So dolphins could use this possibly to send messages to each other, maybe warning of danger or marking territory. Or dolphins can use this behavior working together, bobtailing at the same time, to herd fish in a particular direction. That makes me... You might already have noticed that these dolphins look a little different from some other dolphins you might have seen, like bottlenose dolphins, which are gray all across their body. The dolphin jumps up. Their stomachs are very light in color. They're stark white. Now that's very pretty, but that's not just an arbitrary choice of coloring. That's a type of camouflage. Believe it or not, that makes them harder to see. Their dark backs, when they're swimming on the surface, blend in very well with the darker waters below them. And when they're swimming along and an animal sees them from underneath, it's very hard to see their bellies because they blend in with the sunlit surface above them. Well, as you continue to look at the animals in the oceanarium today, we hope you'll notice all the different exhibits that we have here, the seals and the penguins and the otters. We also hope very much that while you're here, you'll take an interest in the environment that we've created here for the animals. For example, if you notice those trees up to your left and across that rocky ridge behind you, those are Sitka spruce trees. They're a type of tree you can see on the Pacific Northwest. As a matter of fact, the rugged and rocky coastline that surrounds you has dozens of different types of plants from that area. And if you look at the islands, you can see the tidelines, those dark and light-colored bands. As you watch the trainers finish up with the animals, I do have a couple of quick closing announcements to make. Firstly, if you've seen everything here today and you're ready to go home, that is, if you've already been down to your right and seen the beluga whales, the harbor seals, and if you've been down to the left and seen the tide pool exhibit and the sea otters that are around the corner, and if you've been downstairs and looked through the windows and seen the penguin habitat that's down there, if you've seen all those things and you're ready to go, the easiest way to exit the oceanarium is to walk up the center aisles, then turn left as you look towards the back of the amphitheater. For those of you that haven't seen all those things, and you'd like to do so, it wouldn't be a bad idea if you just remained seated for a few seconds. That way the guests that are going to be walking up the aisles can get by you. Also, as you...
Buildings.
I did.
Oh.
It's kind of a foggy day, so we can't see all the buildings very well. We're gonna do the...
Go around.
Boy, it is cold and windy.
City.
It's always windy. There's Sears Tower. When I was a little boy, a building that I'm showing you right here, the Prudential Building, was the top of Chicago.
Yeah, it was the tallest one when I worked downtown.
And it's now dwarfed by a number of buildings, especially Sears, Standard Oil, and it's so far in the distance it looks short, but John Hancock.
Which building?
Museum. Hey, oob.
What?
Cold out here.
Cold out here.
Let's go to the car.